purpose of Worth the War is rethinking love and relationship and helping people to spare hearts by preparing them to avoid abuse. If you think we can do a better job with love and relationship, then you have found the exact right channel. Please press the subscribe button, press the notification bell. Down below, you'll see that we're on lots of other platforms. And also our email is down there as well as our website. Send us a message. Let us know if there's a topic you want us to cover here. If we're going to rethink our approach to love and relationship, all bets are off. We want to hit all the good topics. One of the things I really try to do here is keep things short and sweet and concise, so I won't want to waste a lot of your time. I really hope our community can make a difference. So today's topic is short and sweet, but really important. It's the difference between stonewalling and setting boundaries. So let's just dig right on in. Let's look at the differences. First of all, stonewalling is just like it sounds. You literally are a stonewall. You're not communicative. You're not trying to make a connection. You're not working toward having an understanding with the other person. You might not be answering questions. You might actually be completely silent. Another word for stonewalling could be the silent treatment. The other idea is that you are essentially kind of retreating from this relationship. But it's different than ghosting. Ghosting is more if you don't have the character and strength to actually say that you don't want a relationship, you just disappear. Stonewalling is you're still in the relationship per se, like you're still available to them. You're just absolutely, completely unresponsive. So stonewalling is very different than setting a boundary in that you're not setting any boundaries, you're not communicating. Those kinds of things are actually positive. They reach out, they can be understood. Stonewalling is completely just being dead weight in a relationship and often confusing. And the difference really that we need to understand is that it's usually coming from one of two places. Either that person is manipulative and abusive or toxic, and they're using it to manipulate you to get you to do what they want them to do, or they're completely paralyzed by the whole relationship process, and because of that, they are just walking away from any responsibility to be in communication with you. So stonewalling in and of itself can come from very different perspectives, and it takes time for you to figure out which one of these there are. And one of the indicators that it's being manipulation is that they happy up and everything's fine when they get what they want. When you see that, just let that red flag flow, because that's basically saying, well, that's what they're going to do to me if I don't do what they want me to do. And boundaries, though, are the opposite of stonewalling. So they may both exist to say, I'm not going to do exactly what it is that you want me to do, but for very different reasons and with a very different tactic. Somebody who sets boundaries, just by virtue of saying sets a boundary, actually communicates and sets a boundary. They say, this is what I will do, and what I'm comfortable with, this is my limits, don't cross that. And you actually are taking the more mature tack, and you're actually expressing what it is that you can allow, what you will allow, what you want to allow. And a boundary is actually what builds a relationship, because it reminds us that we are two separate entities that can meet in places, but there are places that we cannot meet. And if we really care about someone, the boundary that they set is very important to us. So you can see how they both have some very similar aspects, in that they're both ways that people use to protect themselves or to keep someone from pushing them into a place they don't want to be, but with very different outcomes. A boundary will build a relationship when properly used and honored. A stonewalling tactic will tear relationships apart, and at the end of all of it, they will actually be a tool of abuse, even if it's because they don't know what to do. Because at the end of the day, if you cannot communicate with somebody, that's going to cause pain. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that kind of taking those apart a little bit kind of just clarifies that people who say they're being mean to me, they're setting all these boundaries, they're going crazy on it. Well, that's probably not a boundary they're setting. It's probably stonewalling. They're probably being difficult or manipulative. Someone who sets a boundary should walk away from having a boundary set with a clear understanding of what's going on and why. And the outcome should probably be to make the relationship healthier, or at least more understood. If it's a boundary that kind of stops a relationship, that's at least an understanding, which is better than stonewalling, which is a lot of confusion. So if you have any questions, please pop down and below in the comments and let me know. Do you have any kind of places where you think in your life that they kind of have blended, or you've misunderstood them? That would be awesome to know that our community is thinking about boundaries and stonewalling. as always, I'm super grateful you took the time to be here. I hope you'll press the subscribe button and join our community here and on other platforms we're on. I hope you have a great rest of your week.